Good morning, Bulldogs. I'm Kennedy Ingalow.
And I'm Julia Eakin.
Welcome to your BNN News Show.
This week, we'll be showing you more on boys tennis,
FFA,
the new soccer field on the turf,
freshman student assembly,
preparing for the North vs. East football game,
and new drivers.
The boys tennis team had a match against Plainfield on Monday, August 20th, and a match against East on Tuesday, August 21st. A few players explained how their tennis careers began and how they are preparing for this year's season.
I've been playing for 4 years now. Yeah, one day one of my friends just invited me to play. I'd never played before. And then when I got to Harrison Park where he was playing with one of his friends who was very good, and I just wanted to be good like him, and so I started playing tennis. We just go out there, we warm up. Since it's the first few weeks, we play a few challenge matches, and then we condition, and that's the end of practice. We're just gonna do what we normally do. We're gonna go out there, try to win, and give it our best. We think that our team will do very good, hoping for a 5-0 victory.
I've been in tennis for 3 years now. Well, I started playing tennis at Central Middle School, and all I remember is I tried out for the very first time in 7th grade, and I didn't make the team in 7th grade because I just started playing. And then it motivated me to want to start actually playing it and be better at it. And eventually I got to that point. A normal day is probably just a bunch of conditioning, warming up, hitting a lot of ground strokes, and working on. I'm going to prepare by working on my mechanics today and trying to motivate myself and my teammates to be the best we can be. We're trying to get this 5-0 victory. Me and my boy Bennett right here, he's top JV, and we're trying to get this 5-0 victory tomorrow.
FFA is a club at North that stands for Future Farmers of America. A couple members delve deeper into what FFA is all about.
BNN sat down with senior Elise Beverly to talk about what FFA is and how to join.
So FFA is a national organization that really helps students grow their leadership abilities. So I'm a chapter vice president. So my job as an officer, we run our chapter like the national FFA has their officers. So we have a president, a secretary, and 6 vice presidents. FFA has so many different opportunities to offer. We have a national convention trip that you can go on. There's state convention. There is so many contests that you can do. So this year we have Intro to Agriculture, Animal Science, Advanced Life Sciences Animals, and then some years there's also a horticulture class, which is like plants and stuff. So it's a variety of classes that you can take. So to be an FFA, you can be like 7th, 8th, or like 9th through 12th grade. We are instating a requirement that you have to be in an ag class, but if you can't fit an ag class into your schedule, then we have a waiver that you can do, and the officers just have to sign off on it, and it's really easy. And other than that, you just have to sign up. Me and Shelby Rowe are 2 of the officers at North. So if anybody wants to join or anybody has any questions or wants to come talk to us about FFA, if you want to find either one of us, we can sign you up basically on our phones. Our ag advisor is Sarah Searcy. We have our meetings the 2nd Tuesdays of every month. So they're at various places, whether that's somebody's house, a business at East, or at like here. So it really varies where our meetings are. Like I've made so many new friends like over this last year at camps, at WLC, working at the state fair, like even here in Columbus, like making like new friends in FFA. And I mean, just the leadership opportunities that you can get and the friends that you will make, like it's totally worth your time.
This is Matt Riemann reporting for BNN.
Recently, new lines on the turf have been painted for the soccer team. 2 soccer players discuss playing on the fields versus the turf.
Columbus North got a new soccer field on the turf. BNN sat down with sophomore Lauren Whitley to see how it affected her gameplay.
This year we've used the turf one time because for our first game we played Center Grove, and Center Grove, their field is turf, so we had to practice on turf before we played. I started playing soccer as soon as I could walk, basically because my dad played soccer. And I played Parks and Rec when I was younger, and then I moved on to Express and then Alliance, and now I'm at FC Pride in Indianapolis. I actually do, most people don't, but at FC Pride, a lot of the fields were turf, so I'm kind of used to playing on turf, and then transitioning to high school was like kind of rough just because the grass is like way longer, but I like playing on turf more. So playing on turf is very different because you have to weight your passes a lot more and make sure that they like go the right distance without rolling out because the grass is way shorter. Right now the fields are actually really nice and there aren't very many like bumps in the field, so the grass is like really nice. So I like playing here for now, but for club usually turf. Yes, our first game of the season was against Center Grove, and that was on turf, and it was like extremely stressful just because we'd only had one practice on turf, but I'm pretty sure that's the only one we've done so far. Some people have cleats that are made to like be worn on turf, but mine I just wear them on whatever, so it doesn't really affect me personally. Turf really hurts, especially like the little black gravelly things in the turf. Like you can get really bad turf burn, but I'm not a goalie, so it's not really that, like, doesn't really affect me very much, but like a lot of goalies really get beat up from it.
This is Tristan Cook reporting for BNN.
The Freshman Student Assembly elections took place this week. 2 applicants talk about their experience with the elections.
Today we talked to Cindy Cooper and Kendall Eli about the Freshman Student Assembly. Here's what they have to say.
I'm running for Student Assembly because I want to be more involved in my school, and I take a lot of pride in it, and I want to help it in any way that I can. You can go to the Columbus Voting for Schools website, which you just type in your student ID. I feel like I should be voted for Student Assembly because I do want to represent my school and I want to represent my class well. I take a lot of pride in it.
I'm running for Freshman Student Assembly because I really enjoy helping out like around the school and with all the activities that are in the school. You can vote for anybody on the Student Assembly by going on the link. It's on the website and it's in like many people's like Instagram bios, and it's on people's Snapchat stories. It's everywhere. I think I should be voted for Student Assembly because I really enjoy helping out like around the school and with these activities that go on, and I think I'd be a good asset in many ways.
This is Cameron Denny reporting for BNN.
The annual North vs. East football game is this Friday. 2 football players talk about how they are preparing for the game. The North vs. East varsity football game will take place Friday, August 24th. BNN sat down with Noah Algie and Trenton Kelly about how they're preparing.
Typical football practice involves conditioning, some position group work, and then some team drills.
Mondays we just have pro pads, which is shoulder pads and helmet. And it's just a lighter practice just to get to know the opponent's offense and defense. And then Tuesdays and Wednesdays are full pads and we go a lot harder. And then Thursdays are pretty relaxed and we just try to finish up, touch up things for the following game.
Our practices don't really change for the East week. We just try to stick to our regular schedule.
We just have more intensity, that's the main thing.
My favorite part of the rivalry game would probably just seeing all the people that come and all the sports that play in that week, and just seeing everyone in the community come out.
I just think the atmosphere, the huge crowd, I think there's like 8,000 fans each side. It's pretty huge. I think the more the crowd's into it, the more we get into it, and I just think we kind of feed off each other.
Yeah, the difference between this game and other games would definitely just be the excitement level and energy level. I don't know, just being crosstown rivals, I think it takes it to a different level.
I think just the rivalry and the bragging rights. Because I mean, it doesn't really matter like conference-wise or sectional-wise, but I mean, you're the best team in the city and you really find out then.
Hopefully I think we'll win again, but we'll just have to wait and see.
I think we're gonna win. It's not gonna really be an upset because I think we're favored to win, but I think we're gonna stomp them.
This is Julia Eakin reporting for BNN.
Every year, a new group of students begin driving. 2 of these new students discuss their first driving experience.
BNN sat down with juniors Hannah Grimes and Spencer Rivera to learn more about their first driving experiences and how they prepared to get their license.
Got my license about a month ago. Well, most people tend to do driver's ed, but I decided to wait till I was 16 to get my learner's permit, and then I waited 16 and 9 months to get my license.
I got my license April 24th. I went through training with J&J Driving and went to the BMV to take my test.
I have a Ford Escape. Driving for the most part is fun, but sometimes people decide they don't like to follow the rules, so it's kind of annoying.
I drive a Honda Civic. I usually end up driving, but if I'm low on gas, they will drive.
When I want company, I like to be driven, but when I am by myself, I like to drive and just play whatever music I want to. The first day driving at North was kind of stressful because some student drivers don't really know what they're doing, and there's bushes that sometimes get in the way of seeing around what is coming towards you.
It was exciting, but a bit of adrenaline, just because I didn't want to wreck.
I got my license on a day that I started soccer camp, so as soon as I got my license, I went home